My mind went blank for a second.
No, we're not drunk people, I
We're
promise.
not. Take three. All right. I clicked record like three times
Okay.
and
All
take
right.
two. All
And I said, got it. So it's recording. We're trusting it.
right. You better be you, son of a. People are watching. It's like, what are they talking about? Recording? We're this is our second take. We've done this a couple times now.
It's not with us today. Technology.
Yeah,
It's okay though. It's fine. You just wanted to hang out with me longer.
exactly. Yeah, that's all it is. Fun, creative person. You don't get to be around them too often. My
It's very
friends my
true.
friends watch this episode. What about us?
I know. You guys are cool,
You guys are
whatever.
right. Not as cute though. So
Kind of
you guys don't
join.
cut it. Yeah. But in any case, welcome back to Not a Strong Start, a movie podcast with filmmakers who talk about film, TV, and have artist spotlights as a bonus episode. I'm your host today, George. With me is a special guest who I've got the pleasure of working with. It is our friend Jamie McAfee. Welcome back.
Hello. Here again. So now it's not my first podcast. This is my second.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah, the first one was just to get the wheels
Yes.
rolling and the water flowing, all that kind of stuff. And now my camera wants to blur up. Yeah,
Oh
all the stuff.
no.
Technology. Uh,
It's just it's testing you.
yeah, yeah. Every day they will test you.
Yeah.
Uh, as always on our show, before we get into the main event, we always have our current events.
Yes.
So this week we've been having a lot of Star Wars news. A lot of new sequels are popping up. Filoni's gonna be making something new. We also got an Ahsoka trailer. You had to have seen it. What were your
It-
thoughts?
yes. It was very exciting. Love her. She's an exciting character, so I'm excited to see more of what she's going to do, where she comes from, where she's going, everything.
Will
Who
she
she's
get an apprentice?
exactly. Well, what is going to happen?
Right. The trailer showed us General Thrawn, which I know everyone is super pumped about. He did
Yeah.
great in the Rebels show, so I'm curious to see. All we saw was the back. We saw the back of his neck and some blue, and that was it. And that's all people needed to just be like,
You have to tease it a little bit.
yeah,
You
super
can't,
tease.
I mean, geez. And see, I saw Rosario at MegaCon and she
Oh,
told us nothing.
nice.
So,
Classic.
exactly.
Classic actor who signed on with Disney.
Exactly. Because Mickey, he would have been, they always say he's in after is like ready to
Yeah,
like
yeah,
sniper take you down. So,
yeah. You
which
you
I
don't
used to work
want
for the mouse, so I understand. I believe it.
to. Okay, you got some
Scary.
insider
I'm
scoops
still
there.
scared. Yeah, very scary. I will not be revealing any of that magic.
It's like I punched in, I punched out. I did nothing. I said nothing.
I saw nothing. I was in the break room.
A little history so people know where we got together and thing. I lucked out. Jamie found me on Facebook. She was looking for an artist.
And I mean,
How'd
you
that
were
go?
the best man won. So you
Oh, gonna blush over here.
you have some really great concept
Yeah.
art for me. I needed help and I found the best. That's all.
You heard that? The best. I gotta play that Karate Kid song now in the background.
That's your sound bite for every
Right?
video.
Yeah, that's it. That's only play like 5 seconds so we don't get flagged. So, crush you're the best, and that's it. And
Best at there ever was.
yeah.
But yes, so I needed the concept art for Alexis Wyle comic book that I wrote. I know we'll talk about that. Okay.
In the future, it's a little
Yes.
just a little Indiegogo thing that's happening right now that you guys are gonna learn about soon enough. In any case, you were recently at MegaCon comic
Yes.
convention celebrating heroes, and like every hero, there's an origin story. What is yours? Where does the beginnings for Jamie McAfee start with her writing?
Yes. So I started with writing lyrics. So I wrote songs, which then migrated into poetry, which then migrated into a love of film and TV. So I did film and TV scripts and also wrote a novella in there. So can't even say it now. But yes. So yeah, I journeyed from Orlando to Philadelphia to Atlanta. And it went from music to the film and TV, which I did a lot of work on the sets of TV and film in Atlanta,
Okay.
which kind of helped flurry that passion and love for writing uh, in that genre or in the field, I would say.
Okay.
And yeah, then I came back down to Orlando because I wanted to go to school for film and officially get the document that says I'm great in cinema studies
Nice.
in English. So that is what I did. It was a journey.
I bet it was. And like we've kind of tapped on this before, but like it's so important to travel when being a creative and getting to absorb the different cultures and everything that's out there so you can get a different perspective from someone else's point of view.
Right. Yes. You do need to travel a bit, experience things, see different things, take part in different things, because the more
Yeah.
you do, the more you evolve and you can learn from the
Yeah.
other people that are around you. So,
Yeah, definitely challenge your opinions and challenge the things that you probably feel you can't do or not.
right.
All very important. It's good to fail. Failure equals success. Yeah.
Yes, I definitely have a few times with some of the
Yeah.
things that I worked on, but I'm hoping this one will be a great success. So, so we're working very hard on all the future things.
Yeah. So, as someone who's been in writing, done some screenplays and other stuff, right? Since you talk about like a movie and film, what's something that has been like adapted that really you look to as great writing that inspired you?
Right. So it was Lovecraft Country that came to
Okay.
mind. That and
Yeah.
Handmaid's Tale. Those were my two go-tos for and you say film was Where the Crawdads Sing, which is a really great film. Which I need to read the book. So I'm going backwards. Everybody's read the book and watched the movie. But no, those are just three of the big ones that come to mind
Yeah.
for adaptations that are really great.
Which is kind of a testament of how good the writing is, right? For like, let's say the book in general, that they can adapt it to film and you love it so much. It's like, well, now I got to read that book, you
Right.
know?
It's weird because, like people are like, oh, you haven't read the book, you haven't done this. I mean, that even goes to like all the other shows like Game of Thrones and all that,
Yeah.
which I dabbled into, which I know I need to read the books, but that's not done yet though, right? They haven't even
No,
finished.
no,
So you're not late on the books on that one. You
not
can
really. Not as long as R. Martin is still alive and he hasn't written that last book, you can always catch up.
he's got to get to it.
Yeah.
I mean, eventually we'll have hopefully the better ending.
God willing. By the gods willing, hopefully.
Yes. No, but Lovecraft Country, that was one of the script is so well written. I love that one. It's that one's an inspirational one to me.
Yeah, it's so also well acted. Like that everyone who worked on that show was just phenomenal. I love it so
Yes.
much. I want a second season, but at the same time I don't want a second season because I don't want to taint what was so good about that first one.
Well, they said they canceled that.
Yeah, yeah.
They
Like you
won't
never
have
know.
it.
Like there's always someone who can like.
So, yes, the writer she did tease, I know on Twitter, she teased a potential movie.
Mm,
So instead of doing the TV show, since like the HBO people did not really want there to be a second one.
yeah.
We can't get into that one. But I still might want them to do something in the future.
Yeah. I think a movie could be good. I can be down with that. A movie just to cap it
Yeah,
off.
I feel like the
Yeah.
story, there was just more to be told. And
Yeah.
she had this whole other world that she, was ready to talk about. So I'd be wanting to see more of that.
Okay. We'll start that. A petition for the movie. I'm down for that. Yes.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Get everybody okay, go online, sign. No, I'm
Yeah.
kidding.
That's what we're all about here on this show. We come up with great ideas, all right, and then we push them forward. All right?
Movement.
Yeah.
Movement. Lovecraft Country.
We've kind of hinted towards this if people haven't realized, but there is a graphic novel that Jamie's working on called Alexis Wyle. It is live right now in Indiegogo. What do the readers have in store for this character of yours?
So they have quite the fun ride ahead of them. With reading this one, it is a dystopian action adventure. It's very exciting. It's where a kind of dark world hellscape takes over the planet Earth, and only a hint of Earth is left behind. But it's left Alexis at the forefront because she is, I would say, involved with one of the hell leaders. I call him a hell leader, but like, yes, one of the dark leaders, which is Nihel, is his name. Human name was Kyo, and that was the love of her life. And it's a dystopian action adventure. Here you go, people. This is what happens round two. You just get a blend, a mashup of things. But a dark world takes over, and all the humans are kind of pushed underground. So she's kind of like their savior and protector. Her and the Infinity X team, which is Sav, Kane, Rain, that are like her go-to partners within this little crazy world that exists. And it's like a steampunk futuristic mashup. I sound crazy. I'm like rambling now.
I mean, well, don't all creators sound crazy at some point, right? You got to get crazy to create something that's new, you know?
It's very cool, but it's a dark tale. It's a place where time stops. So everything, they're kind of living on this plane where they're no longer aging at the human rate a normal human world would age, and they're kind of just trapped. So they're looking for ways to connect with the little piece of Earth that did survive to try and get people out. But we're starting 10 years into things. So it's already
Okay.
been 10 years that they've been trapped there.
I think it's interesting to mention like that time is now standing still and they're not going through time the way they used to. It's like it definitely creates an opportunity to elongate situations
Right.
that could probably take 5 minutes or an hour in our real time, but can feel like an eternity for them.
Exactly. It's forever, and it's a new kind of calendar that has been set in this
Yeah.
world. So she's now marking down the days and still trying to survive in this world while looking for a way to escape, which yeah, she's got to fight off the evil, but also doesn't quite want to end it. One of the hell leaders is actually love of her life, which she does not want to completely kill or end.
Okay.
And he does not want to end her as well. So it's kind of a battle that goes in between things.
I think before you said that they were like high school sweethearts, right? So
Yes,
like before hell was on earth, they
they
actually had
were.
a past and a connection that didn't deviate the way it is now, right?
Exactly. So they were high school sweethearts, and when this world took over, he was taken from her and kind of appointed a representative of this hell realm. So she's had everything taken from her. She no longer has her family. She's made this new family with Infinity X, and she's just looking to survive, and she's still growing because she's a young woman as well.
So people don't know this, but like I've done concept art for this story, but even I don't know that much about the story. So I'm learning with you guys right now, and I'm already intrigued of like why the 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 love interest, why the boyfriend, like why was he taken? Like she's good, they're together, he'd be good too, right? So why is he with the bad guys? You
Yes.
know, like I want to know now, like what's his deal? Like, is there something that he wasn't telling her? Is there something?
So he had always, I can tell you this little bit because
Okay,
he always had nightmares within the human world. So in his nightmares, a voice would come to him, which is Gehenna, which is a female hell representative. So she was
okay.
already kind of working on him in the human
Oh,
world to turn him and have him prepared for what was to come
kind of like
on
a
their
demon on his shoulder.
yes.
Huh.
So he would always hear voices, but just equated that to a nightmare.
Okay.
Yes.
See, we're getting to the bottom of things. We're figuring some things out. We're
A little bit. There's so much. It's such a large world. There's so much
yeah.
going on, but that is a little bit that I can share.
Okay. All right. This is what we do at second take. We find out a little bit extra.
It flowed so much easier.
So I'm curious, like, as someone who's written so many different kinds of things from children's books to screenplays and you said like novellas and everything, what made you choose to tell this tale as a graphic novel?
Right. So, Alexis Wyle originally was a screenplay for a
Okay.
TV animated series that I came up with. And after going through the script and really visualizing it, I saw it more as a comic book. And at the time, I was looking at like True Blood comic book that I was looking at that was pretty cool. And I was like, oh, like that was TV. But no, it was like comic book and it looks really cool. On paper, like I want people to be able to look at the character and read it in that format. It felt right for this character because she's a leader, a hero, and her story is just so layered that I feel like issue after issue you can get more from it and it can grow. So it's a
Mhm.
world that
I totally get that. Yeah. You got this
can
graphic novel you're putting together. Now you're seeing everything. You're seeing the images that you're creating as you write them. What is the art style that you imagined? Like, is there a certain book you can pull from or an artist?
Yes. So it is steampunk with a futuristic mashup. One comic that does come to mind for stylized is the Lady Mechanica. I really
Okay.
like the look of that comic, and I just feel like that's the one that would, if somebody asks like how to compare a look. But Alexis, is in her own lanes because I feel like she has a more futuristic aspects of the steampunk
Yeah.
world. So
But that style and technique that Benitez has, yeah, I can totally
yeah,
envision that. Like, when we first talked about it, that's what I envisioned. I envisioned
right,
his art style with that because everything of how the costumes are designed, it's definitely relative to what you got going on. But more
exactly.
definitely more past. Like his is steampunk past. Steampunk
Yes,
future is
we're
gonna
going
give
to
us
the
some
future.
different things.
More cool objects
Yeah.
and maybe some things that fly and some robots and
I
just
imagine just a different color palette for your story too.
yeah. I
Just with that sense.
it's very
Uh,
bright
yeah.
and cool.
Yeah, because there's one thing with his thing, Lenny Mechanica, it's like it's
Yeah,
I don't want to say it's dark or plain because his art style is not that. Like he's classic 90s kind of pencil work,
right.
but
Like
the
browns and
exactly, which is what
yeah,
you think of steampunk. Yours definitely
neutral.
has a more brighterness. Despite it being dystopic, there is a brighter feel to it.
Yes. She has her purple bustier and her
Yeah.
boots, but she wears the belt that and she has a cape. So you can't see that in
Oh,
some of the pictures.
okay.
She does
I
have
haven't
a
drawn a cape yet.
cape. Uh we'll get to it. But
I like capes.
it's pretty cute. Yes. And she has pretty cool weapons and daggers are her thing. So she's always got one on her hip.
And I understand there could be some like really big guns later on that we'll get to tackle
And
and stuff.
some that do other things. Yes,
Yeah.
very, very cool because she does have like the classic style rifle, but yeah, some pretty cool tools that she and the whole team will be working with.
Which I'm excited as a child of the 80s, but like I grew up on 90s comic books, like the Jim Lees and Todd McFarlane's, you always had these ridiculous weapons, little people with like massive cannons. It's just like
Well, that
makes
will
no
be
sense, but it's fun to look at.
yeah, he's gonna have all the big
Yeah.
stuff going on.
I'm personally excited to see all that. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
I'm excited to show it.
Yeah. Just out of curiosity, we're gonna, step back a little bit here. But, you said you've written so many different kinds of things. I'm kind of curious, which of these styles is the one that like you found was the most challenging and has been the one that has been like your favorite to tackle?
So the hardest to write is more novel. So like
Okay,
the novellas, because there's so much detail that has to go into it. You've got to account for how someone's going to be reading it versus
for sure.
screenplays are my favorite because you can focus more on the dialogue and they'll be able to see what you're writing. So not that you can't, like you visualize a novel, so you have to make sure
Yeah.
everything is in it. You have to account for every little shoelace that's going to be tied,
Yeah.
hair that's going to be put up, and what color their eyes are. Everything has to be in the book. But screenplay, you're just going at it with the character going back and forth and developing the personalities. You already know what the personality is.
Yeah.
It's just funner to write that for me.
Yeah, and I imagine because you're also like within your head and possibly even out, vocally, you're acting out some of these characters to try to like capture who they are. You're having
Right.
your own personal little play within yourself, which
Yeah.
must be more fun.
You're like, ooh, he yelled at, like add in the yelling, or are they calm in this moment, and what's to come, and the scenes just flow,
Yeah.
like end scene. But like novel, it's got to be connected. Got to make sure the scene flows into this and that.
So as always, we try to wrap up with what is on the queue. What are you watching? What should the people be watching right now that has been a good like either adaptation or just what's been fun to watch?
Just finished on Netflix Beef, which was amazing.
Just came out this week. Yes.
And I finished the whole thing because I'm crazy apparently, and it just like it
It's so
was
binge
a
worthy.
bingeable show. Yeah,
Yeah.
just went straight through it. It's very good comedy, but like dark and scary, but cool. Like it had every element in it.
Lots of emotion.
Yeah,
There's
very,
lots
very
of
good.
emotion. Yeah. Like granted, the trailer, if everyone has seen the trailer to this, it has Stephen Yun and Ali Wong. And you get from the beginning, it's like these are two people who are just like fed up with life. They are done and they happen to cross paths. And it's just chaos. It's just anarchy and chaos that just ensues for the rest of the series. You get 10 episodes of nonstop of like, why won't they just leave each other alone?
I will say, just like, no, no, this I will probably never have a road rage moment ever again. Just
Not
leave
like
people
that.
alone because you never know where it's gonna go.
Yeah. It's like this simple act can turn into this simple act. It's like, whoa.
I rolled. It was just like a spiraling craziness.
Yeah. It's definitely worth the watch. I will say if you have not checked this out, definitely do so. It's on Netflix. So much talent is taken part in this show. People who never knew who had the capability of pushing themselves as far, like Ali Wong. Like I think Stephen Yeun was established. Walking Dead,
Right.
Minari, like he's shown like he's got what it takes. Like he belongs in A-list category of actors. Ali Wong, stand-up comedian, comedic writer. I didn't see her pushing herself this far. It was
Yeah,
phenomenal.
I had no idea. Had no idea. And I would definitely I want to see her in other things now. And
Yeah.
I would love, she's one where now you'd want to work with her. So like I might need to develop a character just for her.
I mean, I think that can work. I like that. I think I could see her in the world of Alexis Wyle.
I think so. After that,
Yeah.
I do think so.
Yeah. And on either side too. I think she could be good on the good side or on the bad.
Yeah,
Maybe she walks both lines.
yeah. She might go, but yeah, back and forth
Yeah.
between the two. I'm thinking, got things to think. Issue 4, I got to get working on.
There we go. See, Ali, you inspiring us. You
Yeah.
inspiring the world.
What's her manager's name? No.
Right? Yeah. Yeah, such a good show. Yeah. I don't even have anything to add to that. I agree. I'm with you 100%. I watched it myself last night, blasted through the whole thing. Phenomenal. David Choi, I can't believe how well he did. So funny. So he is also ultimate chaos.
Yeah,
That guy.
they are also chaotic. And
Yeah.
I mean, if they would just like take a second, a beat to think about what they're doing before they do it, they would probably, I mean, you all will see when you watch, but like it's one of those where it's just like, think about what you're doing before you do
There's another choice here.
it.
No one ever wants to see the other choice.
No.
As always, this is not a strong start. You can follow and watch us on Twitter, Instagram, obviously, YouTube, and anywhere you listen to your podcast, Spotify, Apple, anywhere. Make sure to hit those notification bells, follow, comment. Let us know what your thoughts are. Are you working on a graphic novel? We'd love to know about it. Let us know. Hit up Jamie. Where can they follow you?
So on TikTok, you can find me at Alexis Wyle. So you can just look up the character name. And then on Instagram at AW Comic.
All right.
Simple.
And the Indiegogo is live right now.
Yes, you can go on there. I believe it's igg.me for me dash at dash AW Comic. I think that's what it is.
It
Put that.
sounds good.
Yeah,
And if anything,
that was it.
the link's going to be in the bio. All the links will be down there so you can click and follow easily.
The dash might be a slash, but you'll see.
Yeah, you'll see. It's definitely about this that's worth putting your heart and cash into, because we got to support all of us small creators. We got to start from the bottom to get to the top.
We want to get to the
We
top.
want to get to
So
the top. Top three do.
yeah.
Top three.
Definitely read all about it. Very cool story. Very cool.
Until next time, we'll see you.